was so... Bitch, if I didn't need this job, I would have just punched you in your face. I would have just... Hey guys, it's Kyla. Welcome back to my channel. If you are not new, thank you guys so much for giving me another shot at entertaining you guys today. But if you are new, welcome to my channel. Thank you guys so much for clicking on this video. I really hope that you guys enjoy this story time that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. So far, my channel has kind of become just a story time channel because I have all of these juicy things that I've been wanting to get out. So today is another one of those. This is no exception to the juice. This is some fucking juice or some tea. I don't know. Is it juicy? Is it tea? All I know is that this is entertaining as hell. Every time I've ever told anybody this story, they're like, oh my god, like what the fuck? This job was like the Twilight Zone. The first day that I showed up for work at this job, I was like, what is going on? Did I like die somewhere and this is hell? In the event that this is the first time that you guys have ever seen my face before, I have a little disclaimer I have to put in all of my storytime videos or people get very upset at me. Sometimes I talk a lot, sometimes my story times can be anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour. I just like to tell my stories the way that I would tell them if I was sitting down with my friends. So there might be some details that you think are unnecessary, but I promise they make sense to me. So if you guys have the time to spare for someone that usually tells really long story times and you need somebody to listen to, go ahead and grab yourself a snack. Grab yourself some tea, grab yourself some coffee, whatever it is that you like to munch on and drink whenever you watch videos, and let's go ahead and get into it. I'm starting off this video very high fashion with some nice, makeup stains on my collar. We're gonna be a hot mess today, so I hope you guys are into some hot mess. I love watching worst job story times. I am a sucker for some juicy story time, and I've wanted to tell this one for so long. So I am not going to tell you guys the name of this place that I worked at because I don't want to get sued. I don't know what's okay to say, what isn't okay to say, but everything else that happened is going to be 100% true. I'm just not going to be telling you guys where this store was. I mean, I'll tell you where it was located because there's multiple stores in that area, but I'm not going to tell you the name of it. If this is the first video you've ever watched of me, then you may not know I'm in a relationship with someone that is from Vermont. And when we first got together, I thought, hey, we should move where you live because Vermont sounds a lot cooler than Arkansas. Well, I lived in Oklahoma at the time, but still, Arkansas, Oklahoma, same thing. It's like, sounds a lot cooler than where I live, so we should move there. Mark and I moved to Vermont, and at this time, I only had grocery store experience, like retail experience. I'd only ever worked at a Dollar General, which I have a story time about that too. Just you wait. I have a lot of job story times. They're coming. But I only had retail experience, so when I moved there, I needed to get a job as quick as possible. And the only people that were gonna wanna hire me, someone that didn't have experience in anything cool, was going to be other retail stores. So I applied at so many stores that were within 10 minutes of where we lived, and I ended up getting a call back from this store that was in St. Albans, Vermont. If you've ever been to St. Albans, Vermont, just know it was one of these grocery stores. So I ended up getting a call to work at this grocery store, and I was very excited about it. I had only been in Vermont like maybe 2 weeks at this time, but one of the things that sucked about this position was it was going to be an overnight position, which I had never had. I mean, I'm a night owl, so I was pretty much like, okay, well, I think that I can handle this. It doesn't really sound too bad. So I decided to accept this job. It was going to be from 11 to 6 or 7 a.m. I can't exactly remember. Maybe it was 10 to 6. Or 10 to 7, I don't remember. Basically, my duties at this job was going to be that I was going to be the cashier, the overnight cashier, the only one. I was going to be at the front of the store, and I was going to have to clean all of the registers, fill up all the bags. I had to turn on like the ovens and cooking supplies for like the people that worked in like the deli area. I had to basically clean the storefront. I had to clean the bathrooms, and I had to like clean the floors and all that, and then also check out all of the late night weirdos that come in the middle of the night, aka people like me. The best thing about it was that I have worked a lot of retail jobs, but I also don't like dealing with people, but they're always the easiest jobs to get, so I was kind of excited. I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna be overnight, so I'm not really gonna have to deal with a lot of people. It sounds great. I showed up for my interview, and during my interview, they ended up getting a phone call from someone, and I sat in there for 10 minutes while they talked on the phone to someone. Instead of telling them that they were gonna like call them back, they were in the middle of an interview. So that was my first initial getting into this, was it was really unprofessional setting so far. Like, you're in the middle of interviewing someone and then you get on your phone and you talk for like 10 minutes and I'm just like sitting here awkwardly. I ended up getting hired for the job, and my first day was not going to be an overnight day because they wouldn't have anybody to train me. I showed up for this job like I have showed up for every job that I've ever had ever, and that is prepared to have someone show me the ropes. You know, when you go into a job that you've never worked at before, there's always someone there that either is going to escort you to someone that's going to help you out, or they're going to help you out. They're going to show you around and help you get a swing of things and stuff like that. Just keep in mind, I had already had my orientation and stuff like that. Like, I already did all of that stuff. So this was like my first day of like actual work. So I show up and I just look for someone, like anyone that looks like they're, you know, maybe not just like a normal employee, but looks like they're maybe a manager or something, because I couldn't find the people that had hired me. In fact, I ended up finding out later that day that the person that hired me wasn't even there. So I go to this random lady and I'm like, hi, you know, I'm a new hire. This is my first day. I'm not really sure like what to do. And she's like, I don't know. I don't know what they wanted you to do today. And I'm just like, okay. And so I'm sitting there with this like awkwardness. This woman's just kind of like looking at me like she's waiting on me to say something. And I'm like looking at her like I'm waiting on her to say something. So I go and I walk to someone else and I'm like, is this person here? She hired me and told me this was my start date and I don't know what to do. Don't have anybody training me or anything. And she's like, oh, she's not here today. And then she walks off. There's no one here to show me what I'm supposed to be doing. Nobody else was even expecting me to be here. Everyone's just kind of looking at me like, what do you want me to do? Everyone was just being so weird. And I was like, what is this? Okay, this is really fucking awkward. I'm one of those people where if I'm on the clock, I'm not gonna just sit there and do nothing. If someone's not telling me what to do, I'm gonna find something to do. I can't just do nothing with my time. Because I had previous retail experience, the only thing that I could think to do was just to walk up and down the aisles and like face things and make sure everything was organized. So literally this entire day, without anybody telling me what I was supposed to be doing or showing me how to do anything, I literally walked around and faced products. I was losing my mind. I felt so awkward. I was like, am I even supposed to be here? Am I even supposed to be doing this? Nobody spoke to me. No managers introduced themselves to me. Nobody showed me how to do anything. And there are people that sees this new girl like stocking their shelves and no one's approaching me. And I'm like, am I invisible? I went home that day and I told Mark, I was like, Mark, that was the worst first day of my life. You don't understand. That was absolutely horrible. Like, I tried to ask people what I was supposed to be doing. Everybody looked at me like I was an anomaly. And then I literally just walked down aisles and faced things all day and twiddled my fucking thumb. It was like I wasn't even supposed to be there. I could have walked out that day and not even done my job and left the clock going and no one would have known that I was doing it, and then just walk in at the end of when my shift was supposed to be and like clock out. Like, no one gave a fuck. And this was like a big grocery store too. This wasn't like a smaller store. This was a pretty big grocery store where it's like, you should have someone in your store at all times that can help the new hires. But immediately I learned there was like zero organization. Everybody was making me feel really fucking weird. So the next day I show up for work and the woman that hired me is there. I'm gonna call her Jennifer. This lady was very weird. She was one of those ladies, let me try and look at you guys the way that she looked at other people. So today I would like you to go and scrub off all of the sticky shit that is on the aisles with the candy. Do you know the candy aisles? I would like you to go over there and get some Goo Gone and scrub all the sticky shit off the shelves. That was Jennifer. So she was there that day, luckily, and I did get some direction. She definitely told me what I should be doing. My first task of this job was to scrub sticky stickers off of, you know, like it says the prices of candy. She wanted me to go with Goo Gone and scrub that shit off. So I'm in the middle of these aisles. By the way, there are people going and checking out and I am like hunkered down like on my fucking hands and knees, like scrubbing this sticky shit off the fucking aisles in everybody's way, might I add. And the reason why she was having me scrape off the sticky shit was because they were going to be doing some remodeling detailing on the shelves. These shelves she had me go and scrub all this sticky shit off of, she ended up completely replacing, and I didn't even need to do it to begin with. Once again, my second day, I'm sitting there, I'm scrubbing this crap off, I'm getting like sticky stickers all under my fingernails, and I just feel just gross. And as I'm doing this, I'm thinking in my head, this is literally the dumbest fucking job I've ever had in my life. I've worked retail, but I've never had anybody have me do shitty jobs like this. So once I get all the sticky shit off of the aisles, I go and I ask her what she would like me to do next. She tells me that she wants me to go outside and clean off those, you know, those gray plastic like cigarette things that they have like outside of stores where you can put your cigarette down in it. She wanted me to go outside and to clean those. It was in the middle of winter. I had to go bundle up in my jacket. I'm outside in the snow scrubbing cigarette containers. While I was out there doing this, these random people walk up to me and start giving me these little stickers, and I don't remember what was on them, if they had like a star on them or whatever, I can't remember. And I was just like, I don't know what this is. And I was like so just like done with my life that I didn't even bother asking them like what these sticker things were that they were handing me. But they were like managers that were walking up to me giving me these things. And I was just like putting them in my pocket like, I'm so excited to have a sticker, but I would much rather be inside in the warm air and not outside scrubbing cigarette shit. I spent my entire shift cleaning crap that didn't even need to be cleaned. So I went home that day literally wanting to end my misery. I was like, this is the stupidest job I've ever had in my life. I literally cannot keep doing this. But guess what? I was broke. I needed the job. So I went back. The next day was when they showed me how to work the cash registers, and everything would have been fine this day. I knew how to work registers. I just had to get a swing of how to work theirs. There would have been literally no issues had this woman not approached me. This place was really fucking crowded. I'm trying to bag all these people's shit, check them out, get them in and out quick, get the aisles going quick. It was something I was very used to and I could do it quick as possible. Super focused, little small talk. Hey, how are you doing today? Okay, glad you're great. Here's your shit, get on the way. So this manager walks up to me. She was this blonde lady that had never spoken to me before, never introduced herself or been like, hey, you know, nice that you started working here. What's your name? There was literally nothing like that. She didn't ask me jack shit. But this lady walks up to me while there is a customer right there that I am helping, and she comes up to me like this and she's like, hey, so I just wanted to let you know that you look a little bit upset and it might stress the customers out. So if you smile at them while you're checking them out and just say, hey, how are you? And put a little bit of a smile on your face, it might make their day better. And then she walks off and leaves me there with this lady that I'm trying to fucking check out, just embarrassed me in front of. And I literally just look at this lady like, yeah, fucking bitch, if I didn't need this job, I would have just punched you in your face. I was so I bet my face turned redder than a fucking tomato. I could not believe that this lady just asked me to smile at the customers, basically said I had a resting bitch face in front of people. So I ended up meeting one person there. It was this younger dude that was a snowboarder, and he ended up telling me what those stickers were. Like, if you had collected 5 of these things, you would be able to get a $25 gift card. So basically one of these stickers equated to $5. So at this job, I accumulated 5 of these things because of the stupid jobs that they had me do that I guess these managers kept seeing me like on my hands and knees, like scrubbing dumb shit and feeling sorry for me that they kept giving me these things. Every single time that I had lunch, I sat at a table by my fucking self. No one showed me how to do anything. I had to find the break room by myself. I made no friends there. Everybody made me feel weird there. Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, everyone at that job made me feel like I was disgusting. The only person that talked to me there and made friends with me was a snowboarder dude. There wasn't any girls that approached me and tried to be friends with me. Everyone made me feel like fucking crap. And then when I started doing overnights, like, I definitely didn't make friends there because the only people that worked there were like older men that would like stock stuff in the back, and like I never really saw anyone. That job sucked. And my experience in Vermont, especially the first time that I lived there, was absolutely awful. awful. Like, I didn't make friends the whole fucking time that I lived there, and it was very, very lonely. I moved there in October and I was out of there in January. I had that job at that grocery store for like a month and I had already started looking at another one, and I ended up almost getting it, but I got so sick of everything about Vermont and like how I was feeling while I was there and the shit that was going on that I was like, I gotta leave, I gotta go home, I cannot do this. And I swear to God, I went home a different person. Like, when I got home, my family was like, you are so different than you were when you left, because it was just such a negative experience. I had such an awful time there. I literally got into a car accident because I didn't know how to drive on ice, and you guys know I told that story time on my first channel. If you guys would like to hear me retell the car accident that I got into, let me know down below and I can definitely tell you guys that, because that was a whole fucking thing. Not to mention, every time I went home, Mark said I smelled like hot dogs. So I would just sit there like from 11 to 7 or whatever the hours were, fucking smelling like goddamn hot dogs, and then go home to Mark that didn't even want to be around me when I got home because I stunk. I smelled like a fucking food court. Okay, not even a good way, but like an old fucking hot dog that nobody wants. Like, ooh, I'm not walking into that place because that bitch fucking stank. And then they provided me with extra large polo shirts. So I had these huge fucking t-shirts that like stuck out like muffins on the side. So I had to wear them tucked in. You weren't allowed to wear them like dangling. So I had to have these huge pants tucked in that made my fucking butt and like my stomach like bubble up all big and look all weird shaped. And like, oh, poor baby Kyla. If you guys have had a really bad job experience, let me know down below what your experience was like at your job. This was the worst one I ever had. It was absolutely awful. I had it for such a short period of time, and actually I did a shitty thing. When I quit that job, I didn't even call in. I just left and didn't show up. I was like, I am not doing this. I cannot do this. This is the worst. I mean, I put somebody out, but I hope it was one of those shitty fucking people and they had to go show up and work my late night shift. And like, maybe their late night shift was open because they treated the late night shift person like fucking shit. But if you guys have had a bad job experience, leave your comment down below, because my comment section is a judgment-free zone where we can share our personal experiences down below. And also, guys, we are so close to getting monetized. So if you guys would like to go play my storytime playlist in the background while you're doing whatever you're doing, it will really help me out so much. It will help me get ads sooner. So I'm gonna link my playlist down below. Make sure you guys go check that out. There's a lot of great story times in there. If you are not yet subscribed, make sure you click the subscribe button, because I would love to have you. We're growing my family very quickly over here, and I'm really excited that you guys have been joining and becoming a part of my family. And if you guys watch this video all the way through, leave like a shopping cart, leave some fruit, some items and stuff like that that you would buy when you go to the grocery store, because when you guys leave those emojis down below, it lets me know which one of you watched my video all the way through, and it also lets me know who are the most supportive and amazing subscribers that I have. So get down in the comments and let me know that you guys finished this video, and that is gonna be it. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap it up. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time.